Won Pat and several of his Democrat colleagues by his side, Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz announced this morning Bill 415, or the Support Women and Save Children Act. The legislation is being introduced to not only address the rising cases of abuse and abortions in Guam, but to allow for an education campaign to prevent unwanted and unintended pregnancies and encourage women to carry their babies to full term.
We'd like to be able to try to assist women in their pregnancies, to assist them through their pregnancy, helping them understand what their obligations are going to be as parents. And also in this act, in the event that they carry the child to pregnancy, to full term, hopefully, that if they still feel that they're unable to take care of that child, that we as a community would stand behind them in trying to help them get adoptions of these children.
Even after they take the child home and realize that they are unable to provide for the child, the bill sets up a safe haven provision where a parent or person designated by the parent can then surrender permanent custody and care of a child to a licensed health facility, GFD or GPD. The SHP shall then take possession of the child who is 30 days or younger and perform any act necessary to protect the physical health and safety of the child. The legislation would also establish a 9-member not-for-profit foundation which will be appointed by the governor, where it would be able to receive private donations and solicit funds to apply for grants. The bill also calls for $500,000 to be appropriated from the fiscal year 2012 Healthy Futures Fund to the foundation.
I know that this is an issue that is of grave concern, concerns of the governor. He's very, very interested in this issue. But even more than that, I have been impressed, and I really applaud and commend the work of First Lady Christine Calvo in her work with foster children.
The Vice Speaker's introduction of this bill follows a debate over the last year of trying to stop and provide alternatives to abortions on Guam. For example, Governor Eddie Calvo's Bill 52, or the Women's Reproductive Health Information Act, which was drastically amended and stalled in committee, and Bill 323 by Senator Rodriguez Jr., requiring parental consent for a minor to have an abortion. The latter was signed into law last year. Tim Rohr, meanwhile, has been vocal about his criticism of the legislature's delayed actions on those bills, and although he applauds the Vice Speaker's efforts today, he believes there's a different motive behind its introduction.
I am going to question the timing of the bill because simply Bill 323, the Parental Consent for Abortion bill, which we just went through, you might remember that we had a public fiasco. On November 9th, the morning after the public hearing, Senator Cruz tried to derail the legislation by saying that it was redundant, that it already existed in law. He quoted Title 19 and so on. This bill is damage control. But other than that, we'll take his damage control and we will run with that, and we'll expect his support for Bill 52 when it gets reported back out of committee.
To read Bill 415, log on to GuamLegislature.com. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.